Hello, friends. I thought I'd let me turn the telly down. I thought I'd turn the camera on and just come and let you know that we are home, and I feel so happy to be home. I'm unwell. I was sick in the hospital. I felt so bad because we was on a children's ward, and I was coughing so badly. Um, but yeah, I'm so happy to be back, and thank you so much everybody who um sent their well wishes to Kamarley and I on the post that I posted. I didn't expect anything. I just wanted to let you guys know where I was, because obviously I knew that I wasn't going to be able to probably upload like normal this week. So I just thought, let me put a post out just to let you know what's happened. And I had a few people just saying, like, when you get a moment, if you can just let us know that Kamarley's okay, and let us know what happened. So basically last week I took him to school as normal, and then literally at about 9:30, 9:45, the school called me and said that Kamarley's had an accident and he can't move. He had an accident in PE and he can't move, and they've had to call ambulance. Can I make my way to the school as soon as possible? And so I just rushed to the school. He was on the floor in the gymnasium, and there was teachers all gathered around him. They said that he, I think, tried to backflip. They were doing gymnastics, and he'd just done like a flip or some sort of somersault thing on one of the horses for gymnastics. The teacher was there sort of watching over all of them and stuff like that, and he said that Kamarley done it fantastically. Like, if anything, he done it the best in the class. And then Kamarley then went over to the other station where it wasn't supervised by a teacher, and I guess the kids were like kind of doing flips and mucking about, and Kamarley decided to do a flip on the horse without any sort of adult supervision, and he backflipped and he landed. I don't know how he landed because he doesn't even remember exactly what happened, because it was so traumatic that I think it's kind of gone out of his head. But what other people are saying is that he tried to do a backflip off of the horse, and yeah, he fell in a really bad way, and he basically broke his femur. I can't, if it's femur. He broke his femur bone, which apparently is the strongest bone in the body. And they were so surprised to see a break like that when we got to the hospital, just done in sort of like PE, because they said that bone, they normally see that type of break when you've been in a car crash or something like that. So the femur bone, I think I'm saying that, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's the bone that connects from your hip to your knee. So that bone in your thigh, that big thick bone in your thigh, it basically snapped in complete half. It was in two pieces. And he was on the floor. And when the ambulance came, they tried to obviously they tried to assess him, and he was in so much pain they couldn't really touch his leg. I couldn't move him from the position he was in, and they tried to put like a IV, they tried to get a line into him so that they could give him some pain relief. But unfortunately they couldn't get a vein. It took them over an hour to try and find a vein. And I felt really bad for them, like thinking about it now, because they honestly seemed like they were out of their depth, because the lady just could not get the needle into a vein. I have pretty bad veins to find, and it gave me a needle phobia. And so obviously now I know that Kamarley's got pretty bad veins, and she could not get she couldn't get his vein. Basically, I think she must have went in over 30 times trying to put a needle into him, and she was moving it all about, couldn't get a vein. And in the end I was like, why don't you try his foot? So she said, well, if I can't get it in his arm, anywhere here, or his hand or whatever, she said that I don't think I'll be able to get his foot. But then in the end, she was trying so much that she said, I'm going to have to try his foot. But the sort of situation was escalating. It was getting really bad because he was screaming in pain. And in the end, she had to call for the air ambulance. And so, yeah, because otherwise they wouldn't have been able to move him off of the floor. His leg, when they did try and move it before the air ambulance came, they tried to lift it. He screamed, and the top of his leg was just moving like jelly. Like you could see there was no bone supporting the top of his leg. And yeah, basically the air ambulance came, and they had to give him gas and air. Sorry, I can't talk properly because I'm so bunged up. They gave him gas and air. They had to give him morphine, and it still wasn't like helping with the pain. So they had to knock him out and give him ketamine. And I was like, oh my God. So the doctors that came off of the helicopter, they had to use like the scan that they put on a woman's tummy to scan their belly. They had to scan his arm to try and find a vein to put the ketamine into him so it would sedate him and knock him out, so that they could move his leg. Eventually, after using the scan, they managed to find a vein and give him the ketamine that would knock him out. And they were saying, would you like to leave like the gymnasium, because he may still like scream, even though he is going to be sedated. It may be a bit, traumatic to be there. And I was like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying. But thankfully, the ketamine basically knocked him out. It completely, like, it sedated him completely, and then they were able to move his leg and get him onto a stretcher, and then he was airlifted to hospital. And when he got to the hospital, like, because obviously the air ambulance was called, they were all waiting for him. His leg was, it looked so bad. It was pretty scary. Because I actually thought maybe it's his back or something, because obviously the school didn't tell me why he couldn't move. They just said, we've had to call an ambulance, he cannot move. So it was so scary, but it was really upsetting because obviously he is a sportsman, and he practically lives for sports. He plays basketball, he plays rugby. Like, he is an aspiring rugby player. Like, he's very good, and there's so much talk around him because he's gonna grow and he's got so much power. And so I was so worried, because I was just like, this is gonna, like, is he ever gonna be able to play sports the way he has? But the thing is, what I need to think is that he is still alive. He didn't break his back. He will come back from this. And so, he got rushed to surgery, and they put a metal rod from his hip bone down to his knee that is attached to his bone. So they straightened out, put the bone on top of the other bone, the lower bone, and put a metal rod, and then he's got like nails going through it to like secure it all. And luckily they said that they could try and do it like a bit keyhole surgery, so he's not got too much scars. But they said if the muscle is too damaged on the inside, they may have to cut the side of the leg. But thankfully, when he came out of surgery, they said it went really well, and that they went in through. I think he's got about 3 or 4 incisions down the side of his leg. At the moment, his leg is like so heavy, so swollen, and it almost feels like a mechanical leg, because he cannot bend his knee properly. It's really sort of heavy and swollen. But they said that he could wait there as soon as the operation's done, and obviously he's got pain relief. When a physio comes around and tries to get him up, he can actually put his weight on that leg, because the rod that they've put in is like so strong that he can stand on it. Not like if you get a sort of a fracture and you have a cast on your leg, you can't obviously walk on your leg properly, but he doesn't need a cast on his leg. So I was really happy about that because it just makes it easier. He will be able to shower and stuff like that. And when you've got a cast on, you're worrying about you losing the muscle in the leg, your legs, you won't be able to wash yourself properly. It is like a nightmare. So I was really happy that he didn't need to have a cast. And so yeah, they're like 2 days after he had the surgery, they got him up. And he stood up and he'd done a few steps and it was a lot for him. He nearly passed out. He was like, I'm gonna be sick, I feel dizzy, I'm gonna fall. So they done a little bit with him and then said, right, you've done enough for today, but you've done so well considering, you've not long had surgery. Like a lot of people that have had this surgery, they will say they don't want to get up from the bed or they won't try it or they just can't because it's too much. But he really, really wanted to get up and, try, which was lovely. And then the day after, they said, we're going to come back and see how much more you can do. And the aim is you can go home when you can climb the stairs. If you can show us that you can get up and down the stairs, then we'll let you go home and recover at home. And so the next morning, I said to him, why don't we try and get you out of bed before the physio come and see if you can do a few steps. And so we got the crutches, we listened to how they told us to do it, and he got out of bed. And it was good because I just wanted to like change the sheets for him because he'd been on those sheets and nobody had changed his sheets and stuff like that. I wanted just to straighten the sheets out, put some clean sheets on for him while we were in the hospital. And so I got him out of the bed and he'd done a few steps and I was so proud of him. He was so proud of himself actually. And then I said, why don't you sit in the chair at the side of the bed? So he was happy. We got him to sit in the chair. It is a bit painful, like sitting up and then bending his knee. It's just really tight, really, it's like, it makes me go full funny, just like helping him and looking at him. It gives me that sort of feeling inside. But yeah, he sat in the chair and when the physio come around, they saw that he was in the chair and said, oh my God, like you got in the chair, or did you get up and do any walking? And so I said he done a few steps just over to there, and they said, all right, let's see how much more we can do today. So he done a little bit more, which was fantastic. And then they said, if we wheel you in the wheelchair to the stairs, can we see if you can get up the stairs? And if you manage to get up those stairs, we will let you go home and recover at home if mum can put everything into place for you to go home. And so I said, that's absolutely fine. So we went to the stairs. It was a staircase of 9 steps. It was tough for him to get up those stairs, and he worked hard, but he got up them and he eventually got down them. And so they was like, right, we're happy with that. We're happy to let him go home. And yeah, I just had to get everything into place. And I'm so grateful that he's home now. It's just really nice that I can kind of look after him in the comfort of our own home. It's quite hard on me because obviously I suffer with mobility issues, and trying to help him while I'm trying to help myself is, yeah, it's really difficult. But yeah, we will get there. We are a family and we all stay strong and we'll all get there in the end. So we have got help at home, so that's good. And yeah, I just wanted to like obviously come on and just say a massive thank you to everybody that has reached out and sent well wishes. Honestly, that boy is so loved. The amount of people that have, just sent love and, said that they can help if I needed any help and stuff like that. So yes, I'm really, really happy. He's at the moment just in bed. He's got his PlayStation, so he is happy as Larry, really. I look like a mess. I really, really do, but I don't care. I'm home, so that's the main thing. I'm just sitting indoors, and this little minx has come and sat on me. She's like camouflage, isn't she? Because I'm wearing grey today, and she's like the same colour as me. I know some people are like, we've never seen your cat before. There she is. You're gonna fall, princess. Oh, she's getting up now. What are you doing? So yeah, I'm gonna make some dinner, and I don't know if I'm gonna make this into a vlog or if I should just post this. I think I've got a little bit of footage from when I was in the hospital. I'll have a little look at that. If not, I will just post this so you guys just know that everything is okay, and then I will, yeah, start recording again because we are home, and as long as he's sorted, I can come down into the living room and get some filming done. So I will be back very, very soon. So thank you all for all the kind wishes, and I'll see you all very, very soon in my next video. I love you all so much. I hope you're all keeping well, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.